Power 105.1. Vic Mensa is here today.
Yo, what up? What up?
As soon as Vic comes in, I like to see what he's wearing.
You like it today?
I do. I like this. The chair, I don't think it's very. It's really. I think you need to see the whole outfit.
I need to boost my chair up.
No, is your chair low? Sorry.
Oh, it does boost up a little
Hey!
bit. Catch more of my
It's
drip.
a full.
Oh, shit. Hello.
Chill out. There's a full.
Yo, hello. Catch my whole fucking
It's a
drip.
full. That's the
It's
craziest
the
thing.
neighborhood stuff like this in Seoul, South Korea. You hear me?
Come back down. That's just weird. That's just weird. This is fly. What is this?
This neighborhood, I was in Korea doing this festival with a friend of mine who's actually also signed to Rock Nation. His name is Jay Park. Mm-hmm. So he's a really big Korean artist.
Yes, I know Jay Park.
Jay Park is the nicest dude.
He seems like
yeah,
it.
he brought us out there to do his festival, and there was like a
and he's
neighborhood
talented.
store.
He's talented too. So that must have been fun.
Hell yeah, that was amazing. I mean, what's crazy in Korea is that the clubs stay open till like 10 a.m. So I'm the type of person get out the studio at like 3, 4
Right.
regularly, you know? So for me to be able to leave the studio, then go to the club and they just getting it started, I'm like, okay, y'all on my wavelength. 'Cause that's how I'm coming.
Oh God, I'm exhausted by 11. you just getting in the studio at 11.
Word up.
So I know we got an EP coming next week. Is it next week? Next week. Friday?
Oh, it is next week. Damn, okay, turn up.
14th? Yeah,
Yes.
did you not realize that? It's
December
coming?
14th.
We're here.
I'm not good with dates and
December 14th is
regular
around
time.
the corner.
December 14th is next Friday.
Next Friday, man. Why you pick why? Because like an EP smaller, right? It's not like a full. But it kind of is.
I feel like these days it's all
same shit?
semantics. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever you decide to call it. It's like people do 7 songs, call it an album. This is 8 songs, and I'm calling it an EP because that's how I consider it. I don't consider it to be my sophomore album. It's more of a collection of records that, touch on some things that I wanted to express. And it's kind of coming in a series of a couple projects that I'm going to do in different sonic directions.
Same time? Like around the same time?
Around the same time. So
Right.
after Hooligans comes out on the 14th, I'm working on 93 Punks, which is like a punk project. It's like punk music, trap drums. It's something that's very different from other things I've done.
Is that weird when you do music like that? Is there different people that show up at the shows, or everybody just comes and rocks with you because they?
Well, for this one, I'm gonna do the 2 albums I'm gonna perform for one tour, and I'm gonna make it Hooligans versus the Punks.
Oh, that's
and
dope.
So I've like kind of created a world with the 93 Punks stuff. And I have a clothing line for it, like all the leather jackets that I wear and all that stuff.
I'm still waiting for my jean jacket,
I
by the
know.
way. You knew I was going to bring that up today. You knew it.
There's a long line,
list.
but I still got you on there.
Who's in front of me? Who's on top of me on the list? I want to know.
We got Hove off the list. So
All right, well, if Hove's taken care of.
Hove's
Hove's been taken care of. Blue's been taken care of. You told me you did a jacket for Blue.
I definitely did one for Blue. We just did one for Post.
I thought I was going to be up there a little further on
You
the
need a denim joint, right? Okay.
That's
I got to
what we
get back
talking
on it. You know, Conrad, my man who does all the construction, he be overworked, man. He's the type of dude don't know how to say no.
Yeah.
So everybody be bringing him their jeans like, I got a hole in my shit. Like, and I'm like, Rad, we got shit to do.
It's good that people want them, though.
For sure, he's
Having
crazy.
a box of them in your garage is not what's up. And nobody wants them. I'm just saying, like, if you have boxes
we
of...
just got so much stuff. So that clothing line is going to come with the punk album. You know
that's
what I mean?
dope.
So that's why I did Hooligans as an EP, is because I was creating for both of these projects at once, but they were kind of different sonically. So I wanted to have them both exist.
So tell me about Hooligans.
Yeah, Hooligans, the first song that we put out is called Dark Things. The video's out, so play that, you know what I mean, run that video. The video's crazy. It's like some Mark Romanek, like 9 Inch Nails type shit. And you know that one is about like addiction and a bunch of dark shit in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, I got
You go very dark in your little mind. You're so friendly and you have this
it's
nice
a big
smile.
mind.
You have a lot. You have a lot of dark stuff going on in there.
A lot of different stuff going on.
Different
for
stuff,
sure.
yeah.
Definitely some dark stuff though, you know, and I feel like I express that through the music because it's real life. You know what I'm saying? And the next video that we shot, it's dope. We shot it at my crib. I had a half pipe in my backyard. My landlord hated. He made me tear it down.
What do you mean? Why?
Man, he's a hater. Man.
It's your backyard.
I mean, it's kind of his backyard if you
All
really
right, fine,
think
all
about
right,
it.
fine.
But I don't fuck with the nigga. But we shot the video. It's called "In Some Trouble." It's me and Ty Dolla sign. So that's like a more just bright California energy. You know what I'm saying? So me and Herbo got a joint called Rowdy. It's just some violent gangbanging ass shit.
I heard Rowdy. They sent me a couple of joints. So I got to hear them. I got a little advanced. I heard Rowdy, and there was one I really liked. I Deserve It.
Deserve It. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I thought that was really dope.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I wanted to make that song like an anthem for self-worth. You know, because I'm looking at myself, you know, trying to be objective and introspective and those things. I'm looking at all these dark things in my mind, and I'm thinking, why do they exist? Why do they hold so much weight? And you know, I realize that it all comes around to self-love or lack thereof. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a thing that a lot of people struggle with. You know, is feeling worth it. You know what I mean?
Even if you're confident, it comes in waves. Like, even if you're like a confident, successful person, like that could come in a wave on you at 100%. any time.
I mean, you know, the thing is, like, I had a lyric in a song from the 93 Punks album where I say, my greatest contradiction is to be so narcissistic and to be so pessimistic at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's just the duality of I'm Gemini, but I'm also just human, you know?
You're
and that's
Gemini.
For sure.
That makes the sense.
That
explains so much, Vic.
Word up.
It really does. My son is a Gemini too.
Definitely does.
I totally get it. You know what? The thing about you, and we should get to this, two things. That you're so you know, you're outspoken. And so that makes I just feel like you're like a magnet for a blog headline sometimes. Even there could be like a whole, like, I remember the blog headline about the XXX moment where you did the freestyle. His mom was there, and then you did an apology. And I had seen the blog headline before I watched the freestyle. And when I saw it, I didn't feel like it matched necessarily how it was being portrayed by all the blog headlines.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you did apologize, so it made me wonder where you felt about it, because I don't know. I didn't feel like I was surprised that you apologized, because it didn't sound like a mean intent. It just sounded like,
no, you know, I was just trying to open up a conversation, and when I taped that, it was actually before, you know, the show. It was weeks before the show, so nobody knew anything about who would be awarded or have moments or whose family would be there, anything like that, you know. But so I tried to make it clear that, you know, I believe the statements that I made. However, you know, my intent was never to harm a grieving mother, you know, because I think that when the internet takes hold of things, especially because for weeks before people had even heard the freestyle or saw the freestyle,
all we heard was the blog headline.
All you heard was a headline. So they make it sound like I must have done the most wild, crazy, you know, just like disrespectful, like mean-spirited thing ever. You know what I'm saying? When I was just trying to keep it honest. You know what I'm saying?
What was the point that got missed? If you feel like the point got missed.
You know, the point that got missed said it ain't about one person, man, you know, at all. I'm talking about a culture within hip hop where we as men are regressive in our thought processes concerning women, and that society is moving forward faster than us concerning relations between men and women. I mean, albeit not all that much reconstructive or restorative stuff is coming out of Me Too at this point in time. It is a moment when we all need to be looking at ourselves and being like, whoa, all these things we learned as kids were acceptable, or this was the way to be as it pertains to women. Like, a lot of this was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this is damaging, and a lot of this is actually assault and abuse. You know what I mean? And hip hop is the space for that. That's always been a thing. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck them in their ass, throw them over the bridge, and you know what I mean? That's
Who
my
said
nigga.
that?
I mean, it ain't about. It's just a lot of stuff.
Who said that? Google it right now. Search
every
that.
single '90s
I
rap
won't make
song.
you say
Every
it.
single '90s rap song definitely talks about smacking a bitch though. Real talk. It'd be, and it's like these are all the things that we just learned, you know what I'm saying? Because
you're right.
Like, don't think that words don't have power, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I take stances on the things that I believe in, because I know that I have words and I have a platform, and I know words have power, because so often we hear so much hypnotically and we don't even think twice about it, but actually all that fuck your bitch, this, that, and you know, hit that bitch and do all this, that's all subconsciously, you know, seeping into the minds of those younger than us, the same way it came to us from the niggas older than us. So what I'm saying is like, how about we break that cycle, we break that chain, you know what I'm saying, where there has to be so much misogyny in hip hop. And I'm not speaking as a perfect person by any means. I'm just speaking as a man that wants to be a better man. You know what I'm saying? That wants those around me to be better men, wants us to be better.
Right. When that is your intention, and then it gets spun so far or taken wrong, does it ever, I don't know, does it ever make you not want to say those things anymore? You know what I mean? Does it discourage you from speaking those type of truths?
You know, the thing is, I'm just so crazy that I don't even realize people will be mad about the shit I say, because in my mind, it makes perfect sense. I mean, which I think often it does. It's just that the way I come at things oftentimes is like 0 filter. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it makes me think. It doesn't make me want to bite my tongue. You know what I'm saying? It makes me want to really be direct, definitive, and intentional with the words I say, so that my message can be understood without getting caught up in a bunch of petty bullshit, you know?
No, I get that. It's just a hard time. I was talking to Meek yesterday. Meek's coming up today. And he was saying, like, he does these interviews and he's afraid. He gets, like, almost nervous because he's like, not afraid, I don't want to put that in his mouth, but, like, you know, becomes like you have a statement, you have something to say, and then the caption is, you know, Meek speaks on Tekashi, or Meek speaks on
You would do a
Drake.
whole interview. I mean, like, every time some shit happens, it's like I'll go do a whole interview that's about a whole bunch of important things, and I'm speaking hella truths, and there'll be one moment when I reference someone else and something that they've said, and something that they said out their own mouth, and a couple weeks later, it'll be grabbed and turned into a headline saying Vic Mensa disses so-and-so. When it's like, it wasn't even like that. You know what I mean? Motherfucker wasn't coming at nobody. It was just like, I was paraphrasing niggas. I'm like, yeah, folks said this, and that.
Yeah, I get that.
And I'm like, this fits into the bigger conversation, cause, you know, but you know, that's how they do. They definitely, that's their job. You know what I mean? Is to pit us against each other so that they can profit off of it, and you know, it could be a spectacle and a lot of clickbait. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on some. I really don't want to be distracted by it or even into it with young niggas trying to get to it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like I'm not a motherfucking perfect person and barely a role model. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not the one that is really coming like, oh, trying to point the finger and be like this. You know what I mean? I just want to be able to have the conversations, and we don't have to be scared to talk about things that need to be addressed.
It's such a scary time to talk about anything, because it's like,
for sure,
what happens? Even with you, I have to do the elephant in the room, because, you know, I had Tekashi here and you were going through that thing at that moment, and I asked him about it. And I don't know, I just wonder for you, is it even worth putting that energy out when then that's the energy that comes back? You know what I'm saying?
No, all that's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And like something I've been really learning, and it's like I had a conversation with No ID and Vince Staples one day at my homegirl Snow show, and you know, they told me they were like, man, you still be trying to act like you outside, like you are where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to act like you in Chicago. So if there's somebody saying this or somebody saying that, you still addressing it as if niggas gonna have to see you. Like, this is the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? I'm not where I came from. I'm not in Chicago anymore. Situations don't really get handled the same way. This is internet life. You know what I'm saying? And I just have always come from a place of like 10 toes, you feel me, like really grounded in reality, because I'm not an internet kid. Like, I'm not somebody that was created on the internet. You know what I mean? I put in a lot of groundwork, and I'm just a nigga from Chicago. Like, I was really out there,
right.
you know, but I'm not really out there as much right now. And
Right.
and whatever I do is in the matrix. You know what I mean?
Totally in the matrix.
You can't unplug. I mean, you can, but then it's Zion over there and the robots is attacking. You got to go back in. You know what I mean? Like,
but now you're in the matrix.
I'm in the matrix,
You're inside.
100%.
Ooh, so
I
now,
recognize that. So I'm like, I'm not trying to, you know, be upset over fake things, because all this shit is just smoke and mirrors on the internet until, you know, the gavel comes down, and then some things are real.
that specific situation got very real.
You know, but that's how that works. It's the Matrix, but if you've seen the Matrix, your actions in the Matrix still have consequences outside of the Matrix. You know, that's deep.
So do you play inside them? Like, do you engage the Matrix is what I'm saying?
If you remember, in the Matrix, Neo would be going in and he'd go get with the Oracle, go get the information. The kids would be bending spoons. He'll go save Trinity from some shit. But whole time, he's talking to Morpheus, and he's already knowing that this is the Matrix. Phone them might multiply. Mr. Anderson type shit. Agent Smith and them might multiply.
How many times have you seen this movie?
I've seen all them shits 1 billion times.
Oh, clearly.
So basically, I'm saying that when you're in the internet, Instagram / the Matrix, it's like you have to treat it as if you know certain things are illusions, and that
You're making me feel crazy. If I was high right now,
I am really high now.
I would be so far away. This would be so amazing.
I'm so high right now. But I'm really making sense if you're following me.
No, you're totally making sense. I almost wish I was high with you to be in that space right now.
That's funny, man.
And now I'm rethinking like how I do everything. Because I live every day inside of the Matrix.
In the Matrix for sure.
But I try not to. I
Right.
try to live a very, very normal, grounded human life.
Sometimes you got to plug out, go home, be with the family.
Totally,
you know what
I
I'm
do
saying?
it all the time. Yeah.
Like, that's what it's about. And those are the things that I try to, I treat with a sense of like, that's reality. You know what I mean?
But I think all this time I've been fighting the Matrix.
Me too.
Right now, I think what I just got from you is I might actually just have to give in and sometimes play along and use the Matrix.
And you know the walls are changing, and Agent Smith is
this
multiplying like real
amazing.
talk.
No, there's something in that. There's something really real.
But once you know you in the Matrix, then you can plug out. That's what I'm trying to say. And I didn't even really know I was in the Matrix, because I try not to be an industry guy. I don't think about myself like that. You know what I'm saying? And those are not really the places you see me. Those are not the circles I really operate in.
Yes.
I stay by myself. I stay with I've known him for 20 years. You feel me? Like, so I stay around people that I really know, and I'm not trying to be on the scene and be everywhere all the time. So I was always thinking industry, I ain't even, I'm not even in that. But at this point, it's kind of like I'm in the Matrix. I'm here.
When did you realize you were inside?
When Dion said it. When No ID told me I was in the Matrix.
Oh, No ID told you.
Yeah, that's some real No ID shit.
It
right
totally
there.
is, by
you
the
already
way.
know.
Yes, he's watched it 400 times, I'm sure.
He just thinks that way.
Yeah, he's on the level. He's on the level. And then you realize it in that moment.
I was like, whoa, I am in the Matrix. Why am I tripping on Agent Smith and them? Like, I know what's
Were you tripping on Agent Smith before you realized it was Agent Smith?
I was tripping on Agent Smith and them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's why I was acting up, you know what I mean? Because I'm thinking about these niggas as real people. But really, it's Agent Smith and them.
I'm going to go home tonight. Yeah, but this is crazy, this conversation.
Y'all don't remember Agent Smith?
Barely, though. I haven't seen The Matrix in like 100 years. I'm going to go watch it now, though. Y'all remember that?
One of my favorite movies.
Really?
Love The Matrix.
Emmy's favorite movie. I'm going to go. You're going to make me go home and watch this now
too.
again. You too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you're going to be high when you watch it, 100%.
I'm gonna be high all day.
100%. All right, so what does everybody need to know? We got EP coming.
Yeah,
They'll be
Hooligans,
touring.
December 14th.
I know you got merch and shit to sell.
We're gonna announce a tour after it. It's gonna go between the two projects, and it's gonna be called Hooligans versus the Punks. So that's gonna happen after the second project, after the Punk album.
Yeah.
So Hooligans, December 14th. Dark Things is out now. I think me and Herbo got our record coming out on Friday, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Which one is that?
It's called Rowdy.
Rowdy, right?
Yeah.
That's Friday, you said? 14th?
Hope so.
Yeah. And the whole EP
We like nine. No, the whole EP is next
Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, right, 14th, right. This Friday's not the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gotta get back in the matrix. My mind is not.
Plug out the matrix real quick because you realize you was in that.
I'm spinning right now. I don't even know why. Well, congrats, baby. It's good to see you.
Great to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, man. I'm going home to watch the Matrix
Me too,
right
man.
now.
No
Vic
doubt.
Mensa, everybody. Spy 105.1.